There we go.
There we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
It's
In the
evening.
evening,
It's evening.
in the evening.
Is it?
It is.
Tim, here it's always good morning.
Okay.
Okay. So cool. Hello, Tim. So cool that you're here with us.
Hi,
You.
Rosa. Hi, Xander.
Hi,
Hey,
Zander.
Tim.
Oh, it's lovely to see you.
Rosa. Nice to see you guys.
Yeah. So before starting to record, we were talking about Tim's new book. Would you please share a bit?
Well, there isn't. It's not ready yet. I was just chatting to Sander and saying that and you about that's what I've been doing this afternoon, working on a new book, which is based on mostly it's just transcribing the talks that I did in Copenhagen 2 years ago. And I had quite a few people say that they enjoyed them and they would make an interesting book.
Yeah, great.
So that's what I'm working on at the moment.
Lovely.
Yeah, it should only be early in the new year. It should be out.
Ah, okay, nice. A beautiful present gift for
Yeah.
oneself.
Well, the plan was to get it ready for Christmas so that people could buy it for Christmas. But who buys non-duality books for Christmas?
Oh,
If
no
you're into
one.
not no one, you can't buy it, as a stocking filler for someone who's never heard of non-duality. Imagine that, just giving someone a book.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Uh,
Boom.
well, yeah, it might be boom and straight in the bin. Bang.
A book about nobody being here
Yeah.
already. I
And a
mean,
very
what doesn't?
Merry Christmas to you too, they said.
Tim,
Annihilation.
what's the title?
I haven't got a title yet. I usually get the title at the end.
Okay, I will share with you if I have any ideas, okay?
Okay. I'm thinking I might just call it Copenhagen.
Oh,
I know.
Oh,
but
yeah.
by the
I
way, Tim,
quite like it.
Yeah.
Tim, your last retreat in Copenhagen, right? You also put it on your YouTube,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, all the talks are on there. Yeah.
Yeah, all the talks and those I saw, and I was simply booming
Oh,
while
thank
watching
you.
this.
Oh, thanks.
I love the energy. This was so wonderful. And one thing simply blew me away.
What was that?
I was- I just loved it. I simply couldn't stop laughing on my belly button. I had to get up. So it was like,
Stopped you bouncing.
yeah, it stopped me bouncing.
What
Really,
was
it did.
it?
It was like you were sitting there, and then I don't know how it came up. It was a question. Ah, yeah, someone asked him, "Are you watching sometimes your videos or the recordings?" And
Yeah.
you were like, "Yeah, of course, I'm watching everything."
I think someone might have also said, yeah, so who are the non-duality speakers that you like listen to? I myself, obviously.
Yeah, I loved it. I totally loved it too. Really, this was
It's
so cool.
it's so utterly shameless.
But
Beautiful.
but you really
This
do,
is
right?
this is
This
shameless, yeah.
this was not a lie, right?
Oh, it's not a lie. No,
Yeah, because I could not imagine that this is a lie.
no,
Because
it's not a lie.
yeah,
No.
lovely. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
And
well, when it's not you speaking, of course, who we always talk about resonation. This is a word that's used in non-duality all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
The message resonates. Who the fuck do you think you're going to resonate most with?
with yourself.
Of course. Of course.
Beautiful.
It
Beautiful.
goes without saying it's not, but if we wanted to talk about resonation, this is resonation. This is the resonation. There isn't others who you resonate with. All resonation means is some of what that other human being said resonates with this human being's resonation. That's all it means. And so, of course, there is always some resonation and some, yeah, not really.
Yeah.
But with your own words, how can there not be? It's a
Yeah,
complete resonance.
Yeah, wonderful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
No, it
Um,
sounds terrible. It sounds, I mean, I said it and I had a few, I don't know if people in the audience said it there and then, but they went, well, that's terribly egotistical, isn't it?
no, no, no.
But of course, it sounds like that to
Yeah,
ego,
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
self, it sounds that way. But of course, it's actually not at all.
So beautiful. Tim, what about upcoming events?
Well, I'm in London on Saturday. I don't know
Okay.
when you're thinking of putting this out, but if anyone if anyone hears it in the UK, or you could fly from Amsterdam, that's not far. I'm in London on Saturday doing a talk in Hampstead, Saturday afternoon. And then for New Year, I'm flying to America, and I'm in North Carolina,
Mm.
Asheville,
Asheville.
with
Yeah.
my wonderful friends in Asheville. It's like I've got American family now in Asheville.
Cool.
Beautiful.
Wow. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's lovely. So I'm doing 3 days. I'm doing the 30th, the 31st, and the 1st of 2024, doing talks each day at a beautiful retreat center in log cabins
Mm.
up in the mountains.
Mm.
Quite, I mean, there aren't many perks of doing this, but that is one. That's a wonderful perk that you get
I
people
bet
involved.
you. Yeah. I
That's
bet.
so, and the people there are wonderful.
Beautiful, Tim.
I
Lovely.
I heard Leah and Natalie will come.
Oh yeah, they're coming. They're
They're
great.
coming. Yes. Great.
Yeah,
I think it's an out 8 hour flight for Leah to come.
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
8 hours, yes. And yeah, it's quite a bit, right? I mean, the distance, it's crazy, when you're already like in America, so to say, and then 8 hour flight.
for who? For
Leah,
Leah.
no,
Leah.
Leah lives locally. Leah's just
Oh
down
yeah,
the.
Leah, yeah, yeah, Natalie maybe.
Natalie's flight is not that far. Natalie's flight is about 3 hours, 4 hours, maybe.
Oh yeah, okay,
I think.
that's not too bad.
No, not too bad. It's an 8 hour flight for me.
Okay.
Oh, two though. I have to do a fly
That's
into Charlotte, into a big airport, and then Asheville's a tiny little airport, sweetest airport I've ever been to. You know, the all the security chat to you like your friends, and where you've, oh, I see you for England. Who do you support? Which football team? So, it's so different to big airports where security, basically
Yeah.
they're there to intimidate you. Here, they just chat to you as though you're a long lost friend in this
Beautiful.
cozy airport.
So cool, Tim.
Asheville's a beautiful town.
Lovely. And you take your brother with you.
No, I would like to. No, he's not coming.
You're so cute.
Yeah,
Sometimes he's joining Tim's live
oh,
soon.
yeah, he could turn up in a minute. He might.
Yeah, great. Just
He may turn up.
yeah.
He's one of the three stooges, right?
He
What?
is.
Yeah, yeah.
He is. Yeah.
I love that picture. Yeah.
Okay, so Tim, here's something popping up. Also, Xander. Um, let us a bit talk about this. It's always they always say it's very difficult to talk about this unknown, and
Mm-hmm.
here it's the other way around. I say it's very easy to talk about it
Yeah.
because it's everything. So what is difficult about this?
Okay.
Would you please explain this to me? I don't get
Sandra, do you want to go with that?
it.
Well, I mean, the difficulty is it also, I mean, what to say, talking about it, that it's difficult or not, it's all this, I mean, to talk about this, it almost gives the idea that there's something which can talk about this as a separate thing, but it's not the case. There's no separation. So There is no this and something else where you can talk about. And the difficulty or the assuming it's difficult or not is just simply this already. You know, it's but you know, thinking it's difficult or it's easy is just simply what seems to arise. I mean, for no one actually. There's no one doing that. It just comes seemingly, because who knows if it comes or it doesn't come. Just there's nothing behind it. So it's too easy to call it easy, because if you call it easy, then it almost gives the sense that it can be hard, or that there is something going on, you know, but there's nothing going on and everything is going on at the same time.
Yeah.
And not even that. So I don't know. You know, it's
I don't know is good, Xander. I don't know is good. It's fucking good. Tim.
What do you say, Tim? What's coming up there then?
Oh, well, it's the easiest. Yeah, of course. I totally agree with Rosa.
Of course,
well,
of course.
What do you mean? I can talk about it endlessly. I'm going to go and talk 3 days solid, and I can speak the whole time.
Love it. Love it.
You
Tim,
can't get
here we
anything.
go. Here we go,
it's
Tim.
It's that easy.
Yes.
But the difficult, I think, and I probably say it as well, that it's difficult. And by the difficult, I mean impossible to actually communicate what's being attempted. So it's impossible. So of course, impossibility is difficult in terms of easy and difficult. To speak about it is so easy because you can't get it correct. So the ease of which I seem to speak about this is because I have no doubt, there is no doubt that anyone could speak about it correctly, accurately, definitively.
Yes.
And because you can't be accurate or correct or true, so the whole notion of, I get people telling me all the time, well, you think non-duality is true. And I go, no, that's not it at all. If I thought what I was saying or the description that I was giving, the words that I use are true and accurate and were the only words that are the ones that should be used, then there would be no freedom. There would be no ease in talking about it. It wouldn't be easy. It would be very difficult. In fact, it would be impossible. Imagine self-checking yourself all the time that you haven't contradicted yourself. The wonder about this and the ease is that everything is contradictory. Yeah. It's all paradoxical. So no matter what you say, it is neither true nor untrue. And of course, you can't get anything easier than that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And you can't go right, nor you can go wrong either.
No.
There's no getting it wrong or getting it right.
No, but when you speak about this, you have to, be prepared. Everyone will want to say you're right or wrong.
Oh, yeah, but that's beautiful, because that in itself cannot be wrong or right either.
No, absolutely. But
that's the freedom. That's the freedom.
Yeah, very true.
Because if it should be one or the other, where's the freedom in that? You know, if this should supposed to be in a certain way, then that has nothing to do with freedom at all.
No.
So right or wrong, you cannot go right and wrong, but right and wrong is just...
Yeah. So I agree with you, Rosa, that it's the easiest. Yeah, of course, there's nothing easier than speaking about this. So,
totally.
Well, say what the fuck you like.
Blah, 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 blue, 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 boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, the ease seems like it can sound as though it's in the impossibility of getting it wrong, but actually the ease and the freedom is in the impossibility of getting it right.
Yes.
That's where all the freedom lies.
Exactly.
That's the freedom we're speaking of. That's what seems to be the motivation to speak about this.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you wish it? Wouldn't you wish it for everyone?
Exactly.
You just would.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that there's no way for everyone.
No,
Because there's no, how is it, it's not possible, simply not
no,
possible. No,
it's not possible at all. But
at all.
but I get asked, what's the motivation then? You know, there's no point to it. You know, you can only hear this if it's heard, and if it's there's no one hearing it, and you know, there's no agenda with this.
No.
But then, if I'm being honest, and there's a real desire here for transparent honesty in this. When I'm asked what's the motivation is, I do wish this for other human beings, to be free from the tyranny of me. I am
Yes.
is a tyrant which demands correctness, demands to be right, has all these demands. It's fucking dreadful.
Tim, this was exactly
And I don't deny, you know, I'm surprised that some speakers don't really acknowledge that. Where does the motivation come from? Well, if I didn't think that life for the human being called Tim, for me, is immeasurably easier than it was for me, I wouldn't speak about it. There would be no motivation. Now I could just sit, but then it just seems very compassionate to speak about this.
and there is no choice to speak or not to speak, and this is a
No.
beautiful story, right? But I love it. I love it when I heard it. What you said now, you know, I loved it the way you put it. Like,
Yes.
Sander, what is the motivation there over there?
Well, I think Tim was putting it very right. It's the same. It's the same. Although there's, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to gain. There's nothing to get. But at the same time, so simultaneously, there's the wish, the appearing wish for so-called others to have freedom, and that's just simply how it plays out. But there's no one behind it doing it. It's just simply how it seems to play out here and there. There's no choice in this. There never was a choice. It's just simply how it seems to play out. And even the seeing is just simply, or the suggestion or whatever you call it, is just simply playing out as it seems. It's of
It's
course.
automatic. There is no one doing this.
And at the same time, there appears to be a Tim and a Rosa and a Sander talking about that there is no one. That's also simultaneously happening, apparently.
And what was for me the wonder, I mean the love is that, of course, that seeming total contradiction
Yes.
doesn't feel contradictory at all.
Oh no, 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 no. Totally no. And this is so beautiful.
And you will not be able to communicate. I can't communicate that, and I know you won't be able to, because when self hears it, it will just go, yeah, but that's complete bullshit, because you're contradicting yourself.
And that's the beauty, because there is no thinking it's bullshit or it's resonating, which is similar, just another way of explaining resonating, that is bullshit or not, is already uncontrollable. There's no choice
No.
in resonating or not resonating.
No.
And that's the freedom, it plays as it seems, and there's no, it's no wrong. It's perfection anyway. It doesn't matter. Whatever seems to arise is perfection.
See, I'm loath. I mean, I like it when you say it, Sander. I'm loath. I can't say perfection. It's funny, isn't it? How some words, it's just, and who knows what. I mean, I can try and explain it, but the notion of perfection, I think, is a curse, because that's what I was always after. I was always seeking perfection. That was my quest. Now, I think every self has it. So whatever criteria they're using to measure perfection by is unique to each human being.
Yeah.
But this seeking perfection was such a curse for me. I still have like a block here. I never say this is perfection. I can only say it's perfectly imperfect. That's as close as I can get to saying perfect.
Well, it's so beautiful because, you know, again, it's just simply how it plays out there, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, there was never a search for perfection.
No. Oh, you lucky bastard.
So I was, you
Yeah,
know, I was
tell him.
in that way, there was just a childlike wonder, and
Oh,
but
yeah.
there
You
was
see?
no suffering or no heaviness or whatsoever, you know.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Sander.
Sorry.
You should apologize. I feel you should.
Bummer, bummer.
But but
No,
nevertheless,
I
it
love
was
it.
this
But
is really cool. It's just out
yeah,
of
that's really cool. I
curiosity.
mean, you know, my story is suffering.
Yeah, Tim, your story is suffering, right?
Yeah.
Hardcore suffering.
Well, self always thinks its own suffering is the most hardcore.
Yeah,
Of course, that's what
yeah.
self does. But
And
relatively, no. But for me, how it felt, yeah, it felt dreadful.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
For me too, and for Xander, it was out of curiosity. Actually, just go a bit into the story, my dear.
Well, yeah.
what?
Well, I mean, when
Yeah.
you say you didn't suffer, you didn't have all that angst.
No, no. And there was, you know, from childhood, so to say, there were three things always playing out. There was acceptance, forgiveness, and wondering, you know. And so I never came in this heaviness, you know, because there was always acceptance and forgiveness. So I think that in that way, there never was the search for something perfect. You
No,
know, there
I
was
get
an
it.
extreme um, wanting to know this, you know, this life, what is this? And
Hmm.
if there was or not was something else, you know, as in
Yeah.
something secret or something,
Hmm.
oh, not special, but it was more the wondering which pushed the search
Yeah.
and not the heaviness. I mean,
Yeah.
and I hear it a lot because, you know, for many it seems to be the heaviness which pushed,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and for me it was the wondering, you know, what is this? The search, just
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
childlike, why, what, why,
I
why?
mean, I could say that was how it was for me as a child until early adulthood. And then, wow, then it all shifted to what would normally be called psychological emotional
mm,
suffering.
mm, mm.
Oh no, I remember the wonder. The things you described it just makes me feel like I'm 8 years old.
Yeah. But the funny thing, my wife, she was 20 years of intense depression, going to psychologists and all that, and all types of therapies, and you know, all everything she can put her hands on, she done, you know, to get rid of this.
Yeah,
So close by, there was suffering enormously
yeah.
happening. Mhm.
This is a good
So
point, Sander. I think this is, there was suffering in the story too, but close, close to, yeah,
yeah, but even that, the funny thing, or you can call it funny or strange, but even that didn't meant suffering for me.
Right.
yeah,
Although there
beautiful.
was suffering, you know, and of course there was this wanting for my wife to be free of this suffering, but at the same time there was also a knowing that it doesn't work like that, you
No.
know.
Mm. Yeah, beautiful.
Suffering may just simply collapse, you know. And the funny thing is always that, you know, when people hear this, they want to have a, it's nice to have a cause, you know, that there's a one two
Yeah,
three end of suffering.
Yeah.
You know, because if there's a 1, 2, 3 end to suffering, then maybe I can learn this and I can be free. But
Yeah.
this has no cause, whatever this,
No.
you know, it's a causal. It has nothing. It's just simply, there's nothing to say. You know, there's no escape. Anything may happen.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Like Tim is sometimes saying, we can also put it like everything is just lack.
Yeah, we could say it that way. I mean, that's the paradox, is that this is completely empty,
Yes.
and that's the fullness.
Yeah.
So the fact that there is nothing is everything.
Exactly.
And just what, as Sander said, yeah, this somehow the whole notion of causality just doesn't appear. There's no sense that this is caused.
Exactly.
There is no before. So without, because there is no before, I mean, it is really so outrageously simple. If there's no before, there is no cause.
Of course.
I mean, it is, and that's that. And of course, anyone can hear that, but they just won't have it. Self won't have it, because of course, if that's the case, then I don't exist.
Exactly.
I does not exist if I was not here before. If there's no before this and there's no after this, if there's only this, there is no before or after or during. This does not have a duration. Then that is the complete impossibility of me. I don't exist as I have imagined and felt myself to exist. That's all I'm ever really trying to communicate, that this isn't something mysterious in the way that spirituality talks about it as mysterious. It is very simple and direct and palpable. This is absolutely all.
Yes.
And then I don't have any place in this. I don't, because I only exist in time.
Yes, and there is no time, and this doesn't need a you or a me.
No.
It is, you know, whatever appears to be happening already happens for no one by no one already, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It has totally no need
No, this is,
of a thing
I mean,
or,
already is a lovely word. I mean, you could say,
yeah.
maybe that's a title for my book, because this is always already.
Yes.
Always and already are both quite good descriptive words.
Yeah,
This is
and
always.
always, yes.
Yeah.
When I was still a little bit into praxis, kind of the thing I did was 3 years ago, I started with this, or very intensively, I just got the message, well, what is wrong with your emotions? And I was like, oh yeah, true. So I just practiced to let it be, whatever arose. And
Right.
this was then full on since the filters fell, and this was really booming, booming. It is always was booming, but this was crazy. And um and I was just going through this, and I forgot what I wanted to say, but it was something which you said, Tim. Always. And then the message which hit me 3 years ago, and I the first time heard about non-duality. There is no you. There is just this. Nothing appearing is everything. And I was like so in love with this, still practicing. And then my favorite thing, which I resonated the most, is it's perfection already for no one. And this was not a mantra, but I apparently said it a lot because while talking with Emmy, he was like, when I was in the meetings, he was like thinking, oh, Rosa is there. I have to say perfection, unknown perfection already. Because
Just
I maybe
just to keep you happy.
yeah, and yeah, what so yeah, just to, yeah, sure. Because the doubts arose, from left, right, and the right. And I really doubt, I, it's so interesting. Actually, there was always the knowing of this, the knowing that this is it. But the doubts were there, and there came a point where those doubts I couldn't believe them, There
Mm-hmm.
was no chance to believe it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And this simply what left was this booming unknown perfection already, no matter what.
Beautiful.
Imperfection in the sense of everything is it. Can
Yeah.
be the shittiest situation, the shittiest thing.
I guess that's why I don't say perfection, because
Yeah.
it sounds a little bit exclusive to me. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
how
yeah.
some words, because language is always
Yeah.
difficult, because your understanding of the word perfection will not be the understanding,
Yeah,
and it won't be an
definitely.
understanding that Xander has either.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
will
Yeah,
be similarities, but there will be differences. And
Yeah.
so perfection for me always sounds as though it can only be exclusive,
Yeah.
because
yes.
as a human being, I can see imperfection. I can see how that could be, I can take an object and think how I could improve it.
Mm.
Yeah. But that itself is perfection already, as not as a comparison, but
Mhm.
because there's simply what seems to be happening. So
Absolutely.
there's in that sense it's perfection. But of course one can see imperfection, but the apparent seeing of imperfection or perfection is perfection, as it seems to
I
be.
really get your description of perfection. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, in that sense, I could use it, but I guess I won't, just
Oh,
because it's, you know. So I love paradoxical phrases anyway, because if we were going to speak about this, if you want to communicate this, the only way to communicate it, that feels right here, is
yes.
for it not to make sense to self,
Yeah.
which
Totally.
Yeah.
it has to be essentially contradictory, so that self is stopped with saying, is it that or is it the other?
Yeah.
Is it this or is it that? Well, it's this and that equally.
This and
Yes.
that.
And that's the only thing that stops the logical, rational mind from going, oh, I can know it.
Yeah. So in the same way, this is perfect and imperfect at the same time,
Yes.
Mm.
and neither,
Yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah.
So it was funny because, there's no before and there's no after and there's no during. It's also because there's no becoming.
Yeah.
There's no prior and then something else after.
No.
So there's there's no description, there's no list, some. It was funny. I was talking to Walter, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
and then he mentioned, then there was people calling up somebody, and they were asking, are those speakers on the list, like, as in, are they genuine? And I was, oh my God, what would be the signs? Because anything,
Oh.
it's
Well, there can only be a list if someone's written the list, and they'll be the arbiter. They'll be the judge of whether you're worthy to be on the
yes,
list or not. That's all a list can ever be.
yes. I mean, it's totally crazy because there is no description to give,
No,
because nothing is excluded.
no. I mean, all there is are speakers you prefer to listen to and ones you don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Very
yeah, and
simple.
It's a bit like, it's no different to ice cream, is it?
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
flavors, and you like some.
Totally.
If
Totally.
I
yes,
like,
This plays out perfectly already. You know, so this is too
Also,
simple.
I mean, there's a real problem that most cells have is they mistake. What self mistakes is preference for correctness or truth. So I prefer that speaker. I like what he says. It resonates with me, which just means that it's closer to the way that this human being thinks or feels.
Yeah.
yeah,
And because I prefer it, that's the truth.
yes, exactly.
I mean, how hilarious is that?
Totally.
But that's something else, you know.
It's funny, we do it with speakers, and yet it's very clear that, oh, I just prefer strawberry ice cream to chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
And really there's no difference.
There's there's no difference anywhere.
No.
So to say.
No,
You know,
exactly. There is just seeming preference that I like
yes,
more than that.
yes. And there is already no choice in the liking of the chocolate or the vanilla.
Exactly.
Well, if you dislike chocolate ice cream, it won't help you to try and like it, will it?
No,
That won't work.
but the trying maybe will arise. You know, it's hard
Oh
to.
yeah, oh yeah. But you can try. You can try as hard as you like to like what you dislike. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
that's why I like to refer to human beings as clever animals, rather than clever dogs, particularly because I love dogs.
Me
And
too.
I mean, you put some food down for a dog that the dog doesn't like. It won't matter. It won't matter you trying to persuade him that he should like it. I mean, it's very simple, because a dog is not trying to evaluate his preferences and say, well, really, I should like this because Tim's gone to a lot of trouble to buy this dog food for me, and it's very kind of him, and he looks after me. I should like it. Well, the dog couldn't give a shit. It just doesn't like it, and it's not going to eat it.
I mean, in the same way they can eat shit. I mean,
dogs love shit. Interesting. Dogs like eating their own shit.
yeah. It plays out. I have many dogs, so I know all about dogs. I can talk hours about dogs.
Me too. Me too. There's a lot to learn from dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. But exactly, there's the freedom, the freedom of dogs, so to say. They get born and then they grow up here in the dog yard, and then when they're old enough, they try to mate with their mother, because there is no they don't have all these types of
No,
ideas going on about wrong or right or
no.
whatever. It's just simply what
Well,
seems to.
when I said I like dogs, I'm going to draw the line there, Sandra. I'm not going to go with my mother. I can hear her turning over in her grave at the thought.
Yeah, but it's just to say, but you know, we, and the funny thing is, when there's an absence of a central doer, then there seems to be the liking to fill in that gap, so to say. So in the story we came up with instinct, just to give it some, in the same way we say it's all God or it's the brain or whatever, it's just a way to make it logical again, because if there is no instinct, what drives the dog, because it has to be logical. Everything has to.
Yeah.
There's no logic, because the dog eating this or it's this need no logic.
No, and there is nothing driving this, is there?
Exactly. There's no source, no logic. No.
Well, again, the whole notion of source is the illusion of time, that this has to have come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's very rational why human beings have this almost universal. I mean, we've got three of us here. we couldn't get many more to discuss in the way we're discussing, because most people would say it's nonsense, that there has to be this has come from something else.
Yes.
From somewhere else, and that's time. So it had to, everything has to have a source. Otherwise, it's very rational. Otherwise, we can't make sense of it. It's this. And of course, then what we're left is, no, we can't make sense of it. And the wonder is, that's perfectly okay. Not many human beings tell other human beings that it's perfectly okay, that we can't make any sense of this.
Oh, I love it.
Exactly, because
and that, when I speak about unconditional love, that's what I'm speaking about.
Beautiful.
Because
Boom.
Boom, indeed. Because there's no love. Love is such an evocative, it's such an emotive word. And yet when there's no attempt to make sense of what's happening, the unconditional love is undeniable.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, it's so funny because there seems to be a falling in love. I mean, or just when there is no right or wrong, or when everything is there's just a love, because there's no comparison, there's no this and that is better than this, and there's just love for everything what seems to rise, and
so one can say after hearing this, wow, the mind is causing the problems. It's here like here is not anymore Rosa in life. Here is only life, only aliveness, booming aliveness.
Yeah.
And that when there is no Rosa anymore, there is no problem, no matter what.
No.
There is just what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And you can call it perfection, or you can call it imperfection, or you can call it bubblegum, no matter what. And in midst of a total shitty situation with everything full on emotions, it's just this, simply just this.
Yeah. Well, it's very obvious that this couldn't give a shit what you call it or say about it.
Yeah.
Totally.
There's only really there's only one appearance that is interested in your opinions about this.
Yes.
That's the appearance of other human beings. They seem very interested. Nothing else.
Exactly.
No, nothing else in this appearance actually even recognizes our appearance.
No.
Life doesn't see us, doesn't know us, doesn't recognize us. It's only self, one illusory self recognizing another illusory self, and then the collusion of the two together, or the group together, supports each other in the delusion.
Yes.
You know what was funny here? I actually fell in love with I saw that life is simple when I was 16, 17, when suffering um psychological suffering started in a way. I was wondering what the fuck. Because it was so senseless, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell in love with the simplicity of life. I knew it's simple. And again, I forgot the thought. And but it's going to come, I know. What did you say before this?
I love it. I love it that you comment on what I say or what Sander says, and then you've got no fucking idea what.
Totally. But this
It's
was
the
with
best.
yeah. Here,
Oh, this one.
here's the joke.
I think it's wonderful.
Here's the joke. And then I was kind of working my way through awareness, consciousness, the simplicity of life, just okay. And I knew this is it, but there was one too much in the story. There was Rosa always in the way. And then there was the thought, oh shit, the more stupid I can be, the more happier I will be, And I thought of a way to become more stupid.
And look how well you've succeeded.
Totally stupid.
You've become a master. You are the master of booming stupidity.
I'm the master of disaster. I love it, Tim. I love it.
Uh, well,
Thank
I
you. This
said,
was a compliment, right? I thank you very much. Mwah.
of course, you are a master of
I love it too.
the booming simplicity.
Oh, it's
It's lovely. Well, I said my brother would arrive. Do you want to see him?
yeah, come on,
Come here.
brother.
Can
We
you
want to
sit
see
here
you,
for a minute,
brother.
Tony? I said Tony will be here shortly.
Yeah.
Do you want to say hello?
Yeah, I do. Because it makes
Hello.
me laugh. You make me
Oh,
laugh.
well, you love Rosa.
The master of
he's
disaster.
always said how much he loves you.
Yeah. You're just funny.
Hey,
You're funny.
hey, sweetheart. You
Hello.
too. You look
You're
funny.
I am funny.
He's very funny, yeah.
I'm really, really funny.
And very stupid.
I'm stupid. I'm the
What else?
master of my own disaster.
No, I'm not alone. This is so
No.
beautiful.
You're not
No.
alone. You're not.
So we've had a lovely chat.
You have. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
caught the end of it there. It was lovely. It's lovely. It's really lovely.
Hey, but now I see your brother. Hey, I just because we were talking, Tim, in the before the recording started about there's not many people who you can talk to, right?
Yeah.
And but here it seems your brother sitting beside you.
Yeah, he's saved my life because he's the only one, really.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
So cool.
I love your tree in the background.
Yeah, I've been
Wow.
very lucky.
Look
That
at your
is-
lovely tree in the background.
Ah, thank you. Yeah, nice.
That's
I love
really nice.
Yeah, I haven't done anything technical.
I love you in the front ground.
What are you like?
You're so sweet.
What are you like? It's brilliant. I love you too.
Yeah, we've been very lucky to have each other.
We have.
Well, no choice in this, guys.
No, but
No
This
choice.
is this is the booming perfection I'm speaking of the whole time, you know? Look at those brothers, sweethearts. What is your name, my dear, with the red?
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Tony. Okay. What do you think of Tim? Is your brother?
Oh, it's marvelous. It's truly, truly wonderfully.
When he started to tell you that there is no one, what did you think?
Good question.
do you remember the first time I did that and we were going to write?
When was it? When was it?
We sat outside here
Wow.
and I started writing
exactly.
our conversation.
It was
Tim asked you maybe please sit down, my brother. Sit down first of all. Take a water, and I have to tell you a story.
It all sort of came to Tim because, as you said, you had psychological, things, and then Tim was just hit by a massive thing of wow, it's just so incredibly flat and ordinary and there for everyone. It's there, it's there. It's like, wow, it's just there. But he was there, and then suddenly everything went, and it was just obvious that he had no choice in any of it, the whole lot, the whole pain. It was gone. I saw the pain that he'd been in, and it was just wow. It was obvious that none of us have any choice with anything.
Beautiful.
It was
Yeah.
obvious. Well, it was obvious through Tim's pain. It couldn't be any other way, and he's just saying that that's it. A lot of people don't hear what he's truly saying half the time.
He's always saying that. He went, they haven't heard a word you've said. Oh, you can only hear.
A lot of people don't hear what he says.
You can only hear what you can hear.
Yeah.
It's just saying, if we have no aspiration in stuff, we have nowhere to go, nothing to get to, nothing else. We're just left with our beautiful what we are. It's just, wow, that's just, how could it be any different? How could we be any different?
Tony,
Yes.
what are we, Tony?
What are we?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell. How can you asking me questions?
Yeah, go on.
What
Here's
are
no choice. It's just innocently popping up. Boom.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, boom. I love that. And by the way, I just love boom. It just makes me laugh every time you
You
say
can't go you can't go wrong, Tony. So whatever comes out there is just
This
simply
is it. This is boom.
I'm
Whatever
never
comes
even
out.
What was your question again? And I'll have
Don't
What
try
are we? What are we?
What was
You're
the
trying to
question?
avoid the question.
I am trying. I'm a politician now. Now let me think. What was the question?
What are we?
What are we? We as like human beings. Is
Okay,
that
yeah.
what
Yeah. What
we
are
as,
we as
what
human
we?
beings or not? It's the same. It's not different if you say as human beings or not.
You weren't prepared for this, Tony.
I wasn't prepared. Are we or not?
Oh, you're
That's
so
a good
sweet.
question. That is a good question. It's something I don't think about a lot. So,
This is beautiful because
well,
there is really no need to think about it.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's a good answer.
I don't know.
that's
I
a
knew
good
that Tim
answer.
is going to love it.
We
This
stop here.
answer.
I
We
really
don't know.
can't think of an
Oh, that's
Well,
answer.
that's a good answer.
Yes,
I
really.
thought about it
Perfect
and nothing
answer.
came.
That's a much better answer than most people
I
would
couldn't
give.
think
Yes.
of anything
That's
of what
that's
we
good,
are.
it's a good-
That's a great question.
No, it's a good answer though.
It's
You
a
should
good
ask that
answer.
to everybody. That is
No,
a really good question.
Most people would say they know. That's the
I
error.
haven't got, and I thought about it, and I can't think what we are. What are we? I asked the question back to you.
You are asking the question back to me,
Yes.
but there is no me and no you, my dear. How can you ask me the question?
But I'm
Okay.
just asking, have
Okay,
you
well,
got
what
have you
are
an
we?
answer to that question?
What are
Well,
we?
What are we?
What do you
come
say?
on, Rosa, give it a try, my
Yeah,
dear.
Rose,
I will give it now a try.
Give
Tony,
it a try.
you won't believe it. Here is no going into thinking. I'm just like blabbering, okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's see
Yeah,
what's
that's
going
fine.
to come. Well, we are. Just there.
that's, that's good. That's good.
what do
And
you
the same question to you. I
To
didn't
me?
catch
Sander.
your name.
Sander?
Xander. Xander.
Sanderlientje.
Xander.
Well, so if you say what are we, it gives the idea that there is a we and something else, you know? But there is no we and something else. There's just this sitting and talking with Tony, Tim, and Rosa.
Yes.
And to know what this, because there's no we, so I just call it this, you know, whatever this is.
Yeah.
To know this, what this is, there needs to be something which can validate if this is or is not to begin with. And for that to happen, there needs to be something which is not this to be able to validate if this is or isn't. So I don't know. And even that I don't know.
Good. Yeah,
But
So
also
one
the
step
thing
further.
which
He
yeah,
doesn't-
good.
He
Good.
doesn't even know that he doesn't know.
Wow. Yeah.
And even
You've gone one step further.
and
Wow.
even that is too much to say already.
exactly.
Yeah.
There's not much to say. And
Nice.
the best answer was the I don't know and the laughing, because that's it.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Tony.
Beautiful.
Tony, we love you.
I know. I love you too.
I shouldn't allow
Boom.
him. Don't put this out on YouTube because they're going. Well,
Boom.
can't we have your brother?
You're stealing the show,
I
Tim.
don't think about
Why-
it at all. Do you
why-
know what I
he's
do
better.
all the time? Dance to music.
Oh, he's a mad dancer.
Oh,
I'm a
love it.
dancer.
Oh, he's a crazy dancer.
Crazy dancer. That's what's come out of me in later life.
What is the song with the dancer? Na 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 na. Dancer for Money, Tina Turner.
Oh God, yeah. I'm a dancer.
Well,
I'm a dancer for no money.
Well, he would dance. He would dance for money, but nobody's going to pay him. If you see him, you'll understand.
I'm not getting paid for it.
You'll never get paid.
I'm just having a great joy in dancing.
He does it for the love of the movement.
Oh yeah.
And the music.
Oh, lovely. I love dancing too.
I've written down loads of songs that get me going into the dance mode.
Oh God.
I know. It's true. It's true.
Such a pleasure.
Music and dance.
We're probably going to have to put some music on now and dance.
Yeah.
You know, and it's so funny, you know, it's because there really is no plan, you know. Nobody know that there was a brother into the picture at some point, and you know, it's funny how it always seems to play out just as it seems to play out, you know.
Yes.
Suddenly there's a brother sitting there and dancing. Soon we will be jumping on tables. Who knows?
I do jump on tables. I love jumping on tables.
Sander, is as though you know him. When he's had a couple of beers, he's on the tables.
I am on
tables. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh, we save that for another time, Tony, because
we will.
We'll save that.
So you're such sweethearts. Dream team over there. A dream team. Tim and Tony. Boom, buddy, boom, boom, boom.
No, and there was a time when I was trying to persuade him that we'd do this together.
Yeah.
But it never
happened.
It never materialized, but
maybe we will.
Maybe it's not too late.
It's never too late.
No.
Never It's never too late.
No, it's not.
It really isn't.
I dread
I found when I was going lately to the meetings in Hampstead, I was joining him more and more anyway. So it was Tim's meetings in London. He's got one on Saturday, and but I'm doing a disco. I've started a music career at 64. So I'm doing a Christmas party at the local village club.
Oh, cool.
There's been 200 tickets sold, and my friend's getting very nervous because it's a big gig.
Are you nervous?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Are you getting excited?
I'm excited.
I know you are.
Oh, yeah.
I know he is excited.
And I'm going to be dancing for 5 hours solid, from 7:30 till 12:30. 5 hours solid dancing. My body allows me to do this in later life. I don't know what's happened.
That's a miracle in itself.
It so is. We're both driving a golf ball 300 yards without the burden of whatever. So, well, maybe 240.
It's not 300.
I exaggerate.
Oh, he's such a bullshitter. That's so exaggerated. Anyway,
enough of my bragging.
Oh, that's nice.
Beautiful, Tony. Beautiful. Oh.
It's absolutely true. That's what makes it so amazing.
What's true?
I also wanted to ask you, what is true, Tony?
Absolutely true sounds a bit sketchy.
No, I didn't mean that. There is no absolute truth. What a silly thing to say, but it seems like in later life, Tim shot a 77 at golf.
All right, don't brag for me. I can do my own bragging.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, just small things like that make us feel good.
Beautiful.
Great.
Wow.
Just small things.
I love it. Okay, so this was a really beautiful chit chat about very, very deep stuff, deep shit. And I think
we talked about shit at least one time.
We've mentioned shit about dogs eating shit.
Yeah, dogs eating shit, you know.
Yeah, well, as I said, I try to kind of sum up this. And Tim, would you please say some final words here to round up the thing here? In a way, I don't know what this means, but I know that you know, and you
really
now.
It's been a joy. Just a joy. I liked the best thing about the thing I enjoyed most was when we talked about the ease and the difficulty about speaking about this. And this is the easiest there is such an ease in speaking about this when it's undoubted that you couldn't get it right. And that's the ease, and there's great love in that. And the certainty, there is a certainty that no one could get it right as well. So the love is in that there can't be any masters, there can't be any gurus, there can't be any teachers. There's nothing to be taught. And that feels like unconditional love.
Boom.
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 That's the way.
Boom.
I like it.
Boom.
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 So, sweethearts, I love you. Big hugs here.
Yeah. give you both a big hug. Lovely to meet you, Sander. It's a pleasure.
Lovely to meet you.
That was a pleasure, Tim. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It was great.
I wish you a beautiful good night, or I guess you were going out, discotheque, dancing, party.
No, not on a Wednesday.
Not
evening.
a school.
Oh, it's Wednesday. Oh, I forgot.
Tony's got to wait till the weekend, and then he'll have the microphone as well. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He's
on. Oh, Tony, do record this. A bit recording this and sending, okay? Posting. I would love to see.
Would you like to see that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll do.
Tim posted me last Saturday, didn't you? You post that one in the Buffaloes Club.
I haven't done that. I could do that.
You could do that.
Tim posted. Yeah. Tim posted himself as a cowboy with a cigarette. I loved it. Totally.
Yeah, that was so good. That's loved so it. Like my granddad, like our granddad.
Oh, I love cowboys. I'm in love with cowboys. So only the head was missing, but it's perfection, even without head.
Well, thank you very much, both of you. It was a real pleasure.
Lovely to meet you both.
Thank you. I love you.
Love you too.